We're going to be starting here in about 3 minutes, guys. Sorry for the delay. Okay, guys, we're going to get started here. Again, apologize for the delay. I was having some technical difficulties earlier, which prevented me from jumping online. I'm about 2 hours behind here, so we're well into the London trading session that started here a couple hours ago. But I just wanted to do, tonight's going to be a very, very quick session. I'm just going to review a couple of the pairs real quickly, and then going to see if there's a setup that we can look for to execute here during London or during the New York session, and then we're going to close it down and regroup again for tomorrow, and hopefully put a couple other trade signals out here for tomorrow, and then we'll do another live session starting Thursday, so you can look forward to that one. Again, same time, same place. Sorry, I shouldn't say same time. We will be doing it at the regular scheduled time. Again, I apologize. I had some issues that prevented me from jumping online when I wanted to, unfortunately, but we got them resolved, and I think we should be streaming live and loud, and we're gonna get ready to roll here right now. So let's begin. Starting with the US dollar index. Now, I had placed on the chart here some levels of interest, well, one level of interest really. So last week, I just want to discuss this real quick here. So last week, price was basically trading, last live session I did, price was trading right here. I'll just draw the line out. Price was right there. We looked at this and how price was consolidating, and then it popped in a rejection block here where it just, price came down and said, nope, forget it, and then traded right up, and it closed much, much higher, and closed higher than this low here. So that led me to believe that maybe they wanted to go a little bit higher in the market. Now, overall, the US dollar index, we're bearish, right? I mean, you can see this. This is I've drawn this out before. There's a pretty big trend line, right? So we know this thing's going to continue to go down. And last week, I was anticipating, again, we were trading here. I was thinking maybe it wanted to come up into this area in here a little bit deeper and pick up some more short positions before it went down. And price did trade up. It kind of traded right into the low here. It actually just missed the low. The low was 92.40. Sorry, 92.408 on this particular broker feed, and the high here was 92. 21, so it missed it by a couple of pips, so it didn't quite get up there, and that's why I had thought, we saw the rejection block, we had some news coming out last Friday, some big news. I thought maybe they were going to drive the market up into this shaded region here a little bit deeper and then roll over, and that's kind of what I was anticipating. It didn't pan out. It ended up just completely rolling over. So this was let me just double check that. Was that Wednesday the 11th, 12th? Yeah, I'm sorry, that was the Thursday's trading. Yeah, so this was Thursday's trading, and then this was the Friday's trade. No, that's not right. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure I'm right on my days here before I tell you it was one thing or another. This was Friday. This candle right here, this big bull down candle, this was Friday's candle here. So, excuse me. So when we were talking last Thursday, price was on this candle here, going into this candle here. So we closed this candle, and then that's right, and then price is right up in this area right in here, and I thought because price had done this rejection, it hadn't come down and traded down here yet, I thought we were going to go higher and trade into the shaded area, and then price rolled over, and on the rest of Thursday trading to the close, finished down, didn't break this consolidation area yet. It had yet to finish close lower than those guys there. Almost didn't close lower, and then Friday's trading, it traded up just a little bit and then completely rolled over and fell out of bed and took out this previous low right here, and this was kind of our target, was this previous low here to get taken out and swept, and it did that very, very nicely there. So now we're traded into Monday, which was a holiday. We had another big down day on the US holiday, and now we're just kind of sitting right in the middle of this candle here. We got kind of an inside range candle right now, so we're going to be looking to see what's going to happen there. But I have another area lined on the chart here that I believe we're going to see come into play here, and that is 89.535, basically 89.50, you could call it, is I think is going to get tagged, and that just kind of brings us down into an older consolidation area back in 2014. So I think that's going to be the next level, and we're going to wait and see what happens there. If price will go down there, but it's just going to dependent on if it wants to go down there and continue going down there, and then look to trade down into this next consolidation area down here. Is kind of would be the target, or is it going to stop sort of halfway through and then reject and then go higher? You know, that's going to remain to be seen, but for now we are going to continue our bearish outlook for this, and then we don't have too far to go. We're currently trading at 90.35, so really there's only about 80 pips, 85 pips or so to go in order to get to this this number here, so we're not too far off of it. That's easily, we could close down there in a weekly range without a problem. It's only Tuesday today, so we could easily see that by this Thursday, and see this price level hit, and then see what it does after that. So that's what we're looking for, and I believe we're going to be having a few signals go out here early, trading into before New York session for the Euro USD. And we could see something for the S&P as well too, and we're looking at a few other signals here for the rest of the week. So we got some good stuff lined up for the week. We should have some good trading. I'm going to zip over to the pound dollar, and this thing just went for a nice run up. Get rid of a couple of levels here that we don't need. So this was my original target. If you were on last Thursday and watched, you knew that I wanted to see this taken out. And it did that without even hesitating. It ripped right through there. It didn't look back once. Didn't see a small retracement, and powered up through again onto in Monday's trading. So now we're kind of sitting with this opening range candle here. We could see a small dip back. It could. I'm just going to drop down to the hourly. We could see price want to come back down to say this level in here, just below this consolidation. So we may see price do something like this, where excuse me, where price comes down into this range here, and then we look for longs. I believe, again, I identified several areas right up in these levels up here. I'll just throw a quick highlight on this. I identified some levels right up in here to coincide with this consolidation range back here that I think are going to be on the target list. So there's one right here, this old low right back here. That's one. There's another one here with another old low off of that candle there. You know what, I kind of like that. It's a little bit better right about there. So that's pretty much 1.4,000, basically even. So I'm just going to put a marker on that so we can mark that guy out. And 1400 level, basically, you could call it, right there. And I believe that is going to be our target for the weekly range. We're not too far off that. Currently, we're trading at. Hang on, I'm just going to get rid of some lines here. Let me just zoom in 1 second. That won't allow me to do that. So currently, we're trading at 137.80, and you know, to get up to that 1400, 1400 basically, we're about 220 pips away, so not too far off. Again, that's easily a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can cover 200 pips and no problem in the pound dollar. So that's where we're heading. I just want to see again, I think price is going to first come down into here a little bit and then run higher. So I'll put out a signal on this guy right now, and we'll look at this, and we'll say if price does this, then you can take a long, and you can shoot for 1400. Might even get it today. We could have a deeper retracement though too, so you could watch. There are some levels in here where we've got some price inefficiency, where price may want to trade to. Now Monday did trade up, and Tuesday so far has yet to break the highs of Monday's trading. But we could see price, and let's just mosey over to something real quick here, forexfactory.com, and let's just see. So we've got a little bit of news on the pound sterling here, as you can see at 4:30 in the morning, and that could be the catalyst that we need to see price drop down in here. So right now we're trading at 137.80, 137.77. So price would have to come down, in my opinion. I just want to see a couple of ranges here. 137.50. What does that bring us to? I just want to see some of the highs here. 137.60. We could see that as well too. So I'll just fix this, tidy this up here, just so it's not overlapping too much. We could see any one of these levels: 137.60, 137.50, or even 137.40. I don't think we'll see 137.40 come to fruition. If it wants to hit that, it may want to come down and come much lower and come down into these ranges in here at 137 even. So you kind of got to watch these levels here. Just watch the reaction. If price wants to come down and then start wicking, that means that they're just picking up long orders, and they're going to go long, and they're going to send it up higher. And again, I believe we are going to see this level up here, this 1400 level, in the next day or two. So I think that's going to be next on the target list. So I'm actually going to set a signal out for this, and put a buy signal out at 137.50. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Price may not get down there though. It may or may not. It may get down to like 137.55, and then price may reverse. So you know, you could do 137.60, and then your stop would be 137.20, which would be Well, it might even have to be a little bit lower than that, to be honest with you. Here's the thing. You could put your stop right here, and if it gets hit, then you know it's going to go lower. So you could come in and put your stop in at 137.30. So if you got in, if you went and got long at one, excuse me, folks. I've had this dry cough for the past couple of days now. And talking for long periods of time doesn't obviously help anything. Oops. So you could do something like this. You could take a buy at 137.60 and put a stop in at 137.30, and that'll give you that 30 pip stop range, and put a target in at 1.400. I mean, really, and that'd give you about 140 pip range target, and that would be a hold for about 2 days, I would suggest, is what we could get out of that. So I'm going to put up a signal on our website. Go to f45trading.com, and you'll be able to see a signal there for that. And for some reason, I don't have, so this right here, f45trading.com. So you can see a signal for that. I'm going to post that up right after this session, and I'll identify this. I'll take a screenshot, and I'll put this in there and touch it up a little bit and put the targets in, and I'm going to send that out to our members and our for our signals service. So if you're not yet a member, you can sign up at f45trading.com for free for 30 days. You can check that out and come and see this signal and many more. We've got 2 other analysts on board with us who analyze numerous other pairs, currency baskets in the Forex market. So we put out a ton of stuff. So this is what I'm looking for the pound dollar price to drop down about 30 pips from now, 20-30 pips from here. Anywhere in this area you could pick up a buy. This would be your stop, regardless if you got in at 137.50 or 137.60. Use that as your stop. I don't want to see price go any lower than that. If it's going lower than 137.30, then we are going to target areas down in here, and I don't want to ride price out for another 30 pips below that just to see it bounce off of that level. I'd rather you watch price. If price wants to keep diving through here, then you wait and pick up a long down in this area here. And if not, you'll see price start to wick, start to reject, and then that's when you get long and you go hard into it. You always want to buy on a down candle, so a black candle, that's where you want to buy, and you want to sell on an up candle. And that's how that works, and that's how you get the best bang for your buck. So anyway, moving on. Again, I'm not spending too much time. I just want to do a quick session because it is so late and because I was behind. I don't want to spend a lot of time. So crude oil, identified a number of areas here that I believe price is going to tag into. I had outlined these areas right above here that price got to last week. It took those out, and I think we're going to see continuous bullish movement to the upside, and I believe these areas right in here are going to get tagged next. Come on, you. So I think these areas in here are going to be hit fairly soon, and I will just throw a quick price on that. So 68 even, and sorry guys, having some problems with my some technical problems here with my computer equipment the past couple of days. 73.30, you could even call it $73 basically. Just do that. That's what I'm looking for. So, and we'll just make this an even number. Even numbers are the easiest ones to work at with. So that's what we're looking for crude oil. So I want to see if prices wants to drop down first, and a logical point of an area of price to drop down into would be an old consolidation area, and to pick up some long orders. And here's an old consolidation area right in there. So let's see if price wants to drop down here and then pick up some longs from there. Dropping down to a 1 hour time frame. See, price just took this out this high just barely, and then it rejected, and now it's coming back down. You see that? So price just wicked through 1 candle, 2 candle, and said nope, and then starts spilling over here again. So one of two things is going to happen. Either it's going to come right down to this level down here, which basically is just a little bit higher right now, so at 64.30, and go flying straight up, or the next level that I'd be looking at is down over here at 63.80, and if price wants to come further than that, then again we're going to see price come down into this consolidation level down in here. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Probably a little bit higher than 62.26, maybe somewhere even, I don't know, in here, kind of right at the top of this rectangle, 62, you could call it 62.50. I mean, for argument's sake, we can refine that. If price wants to come that much of a pullback, we can worry about that then. But those would be kind of the levels. So price is going to do either this, come down to here and reject and go higher, come down to here and rebound higher, or here, or the next level. So I'll just quickly draw those out here. See, I mean, I think you know what I'm talking about here, but just for completeness sake. So I think those would be the levels that I'd be looking at for a buy. Very bullish on oil. I think we got a long way to go up yet still, right? We got about 4 or 5, potentially $10, $9 more range out of this before we'd be looking for large retracements. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for oil. We'll watch and see how this trades for the rest of today. And what I'm looking for is for Tuesday to create the low of the week, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to trade higher. So we'll know that here going into the New York session, if that's going to create the low of the week and start trading north from there. The last one, copper, I'm not going to discuss. Other than the fact that we can get short on copper pretty much anytime now. Copper, look at this thing fall out of bed. I mean, this is crazy. This was yesterday's trading. I didn't trade copper yesterday, but I mentioned on last Thursday's session that I'd be interested in taking a short. You could see all of these rejection wicks up in here. Price pushed up yesterday, still didn't take out the highs, and now it's rejecting again. So you can take don't take a short right here. Wait for price to come back up, and you can go short. And again, I'll be putting this out here in our signals area as well too. But you can go short right up in this area right here. Let's make sure I've got that level a little bit high, a little bit low. I mean. Yeah, ish. Just make it an even number again. 23.57, 23, call it 55, 23.55. So $3, 23.55, $3.23.55. So what I want to see is price drop down into here. So prices, I believe, is going to do this. It's going to come down a little bit more, and then it's going to do this, come back up, retest this old support area up in here, and then roll over. We've got a fairly big support area right in this area right in here. You can see price, you know, I'll just put the level on so you can see. So price over here, and you can see what price has done. This is a big area of support in here. See, price has come up, it's traded through, bounced off that level, came back down, bounced around the same, you know, 3.2355 level, traded back up, came down, almost tagged it, bounced right off again, traded through, bounced resistance. I mean, it's just, there's so many points along this specific price line where we saw price action react at, right? Rejected there, traded through, came back down, resistance, 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 came back up, traded through it, and now we're back down. So I believe what we're going to see is this: is price come right back up to here, reject off of these, and then we're going to go lower. And I told you my levels that I was looking for on this. This would be your first target, 3.1650, and then 3.100 would be the next, and so on and so on. Depending on how deep we see the retracement. I don't know that we're going to go this deep. We may only come into this area, this consolidation area in here, and then continue to trade higher. But that's what I'm looking at on copper. And then the last one here, I discussed cocoa already. Bullish on cocoa. Nothing much has changed since last Thursday's trading, other than the fact that we got a big rejection candle in here. So this was Wednesday's trading. This was Thursday's trading. Market was closed today, or sorry, on Monday, and now we're Tuesday now, and market has opened. Or sorry, we're about to open. What am I saying? This was Friday's trading, guys. This is January 12th. We haven't traded yet on this commodity yet. So price, I was looking on Friday to get long, and you can see the price, the reaction that happened. It came down to this area here at 1890 and rejected, and now we're looking for higher prices on this one. So we'll see how that pans out into tomorrow. And then the last one is Bitcoin. I put a study out onto the Instagram feed, and I discussed this level. If you're not a member, you really need to log into our website, join up for free. I mean, just to check out our weekly videos. You can actually find it on our YouTube channel as well. So if you go to find us on YouTube, you can see the video is, I'll just go to it real quick. This video right here, F45 trade signals, view channel, and it was this video, this one right here. So the 14th, I've got it listed as. I should probably name it better than that. But I discussed this Bitcoin trade, and that was Sunday prior to Monday's open. I said watch for price to come up to the 14,400 level, reject, and get short, and that's exactly what it did. I mean, it ripped down, and it actually, this was my target. You can see this. I didn't put this in after the fact. I mean, this was here. I think I did that yesterday, and you can see price came down, tagged that just perfectly, and we're going to keep going lower. I mean, I've been calling lower levels on Bitcoin for a while now, and we all know these levels. If you're new and just joining us for the first time, we are 83.30, and the next level is this low right here to be taken out, and we'll just call it an even 111. 111.00. So that's the target. The price is going down here. You can see this. Look at this rip down here. Look at this trend line. I mean, just a sharp straight down trend line. It tried to test it here, failed, rejected, tried to test it in here, failed, rejected, tried to test it in here, failed, and look where we are right now. And price is trading away from this level in a hurry. And I marked this all out. You can go back to that video I did 2 days ago. I said prices would come right up to here, trade lower, and that's where you want to get short, and that's exactly what it did. So the next level we're looking at on Bitcoin, again, is this one down here, 11100. But I don't want to sell it down here just as of yet. I want to see what price does at this level here. I think what's going to happen, I'll just borrow these trend lines here. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see this. Price is going to consolidate in this area here for just a little bit, and then just depending on what it wants to do, we may come up to, let me just look at this here for a real quick second, right about in this area. You know what, I would even say right off the bottom of this candle, right about there. That would be a pretty logical area right in there for price to start continuing to the downside. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and that's where I'd be looking at getting short, right about there. So I'll put a price level in there. Let's round this off. I like nice even round numbers when I'm trading. And away we go. And that's where I'd be looking to get in short. Pretty simple. All right. And then I would be targeting 1100. Now, again, I don't know in terms of timing if we're going to see that this week. This is going lower this week. I guarantee you 110%. I'd put money on it. And I often do sometimes. It's going lower. And again, I just don't know if we're going to see that this week. That's a pretty big move. Although Bitcoin, it's super volatile. I mean, look at the price drop we saw in one day right here on this guy. So it's, you know, it's going to depend. Could be by the end of the week. Could be early next week. Time will tell. But mark my words, this blue line here or this blue line here, it's going down to it. And that's where I'll be looking at taking some longs, and then we'll be looking at getting long and staying long till about the magical 20,000 number, wherever the hell that is on this chart up here. Can't even get to it. Right here. And this is going to be our target. Boom. And that's when you get in long on Bitcoin. So that wraps it up. I just wanted to, again, make this one short and sweet. I apologize for the delay getting on. That was an unforeseen circumstances, had some technical difficulties, couldn't get in. So I did my best. Apologize for the short notice and for the short video. We will make it up to you on Thursday. We'll do another live trading session. Again, watch the Signal site, log into f45trading.com. I'm going to be posting signals for the Bitcoin one I just discussed. I'll post the signal for the crude oil trade I just discussed, and then I'll post another signal for this pound dollar trade I just discussed. And the copper trade is, I don't know. Again, I want to see it do this first, so I'll post the signal on this, and I'll put all the stop levels and the target and everything like that in there. But this is heavily bearish. Definitely don't want to sell short down here. Want to sell short on the retest of this area up in here, but I'm going to watch and see how deeply it wants to come back before it starts to roll over again. So I will keep you posted on that. Now, the other thing to keep in mind too, big consolidation area here. So you got to be mindful of that. Price may just come down here, rip back up, and then consolidate further. So it's just going to depend on that. So you kind of got to watch price in that regard. You can't just get short or get long at you know, any point that I put on here. You still have to watch what price is going to do in the long run. So anyway, we'll see how that one pans out, but I will load these ones up to the website so you have access to it. Again, if you're not a member, you can log in f45trading.com. You can check all the stuff out for free for 30 days. It doesn't cost you anything. You can see our market commentary, our analysis, all the charts we post, all the signals we put up. We do a ton of stuff. We're on this thing, driving it every single day. So there's lots of content to look out for. So watch for that. Jump on the website, check it out, and we look forward to seeing you. So with that, guys, I am going to close this down, and we'll see you again Thursday morning at 12 a.m. New York time for the London session. Thanks, guys. Talk to you then.